Let your kingdom come. Let your will be done. Let your will be done. Let your kingdom come. Welcome to Tell Bear TV. This is Mr. Laughter right here, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at Voicing the Kingdom podcast every single Saturday. We haven't been doing this for a while, but we are back to discuss some of the crucial issues that we have in relationship. You guys already know, and this is how we do it. Bibles really speaks to us every single second. If you read your Bible, you know for sure that it's very, very clear about relationship and love. The Bible speaks very, very clearly that you should love your neighbor as you love yourself. That is what we are in for now. We basically talk about relationship based in all aspects of this Voicing the Kingdom podcast. And you guys know that we have been discussing many things concerning relationship. And it's very, very important that sometimes when we are in relationship, we want to address certain issues that can come around in relationship. And it's really, really interesting today. And it's me, Mr. Laughter, with you, your host. And we are going to dive into without even wasting time. We are not going to take forever because we have very limited time really to discuss this. But we are here to discuss many issues concerning relationship. Now, I want to say thank you so much for everyone. Actually, thank you to everyone who has been really following us in all aspects as we do this wonderful show every single Saturday. And it's a podcast. It's a podcast in the called Voicing the Kingdom, where we discuss things that we really feel like a relationship in the kingdom of God. We want to really bring every single thing that has been missing in relationship as a married couple, as people who are really still looking into relationship and want to find somebody in and come in and have love and enjoy one another and enjoy the relationship that they have in God. And today we are going to look at how you can really show love to your husband. And I wish I would have had a girl here to discuss that, but I will bring in another girl, someone someday to discuss this topic. But today I'm just going to go solo and really bring into you the latest stuff that I have as this topic is concerned. Now, we know it's really important in all aspects that you as a husband and you as a wife, the main the core value of marriage is love. And if you don't really show love to your husband or to your wife, it's basically um you know that for sure that your love is heading towards the end, because the if you don't love your husband and you don't love your wife, it's almost like you're just living as brothers and sisters in the house. As much as brothers and sisters love one another, the love between a woman and a wife, a woman and a man who are married is quite different compared to the love that you have in between you as siblings. But now we want to handle this. Now, how can a woman show love to the husband, or how can a man show love to a husband? This is just some topic that you can really do the same thing as a husband or as a wife. You can do both of these things together to really energize and show love to one another. Because every time we show love to one another, guess what? Yeah, you're showing good example to many people around you, and God is also there, because God is love, and we want to be exemplary in all aspects and make things work in such a way that we are still showing love in many ways. Now, number one way you can show love to your partner is hugging. You know, other people don't really feel like hugging is something very important in marriage or in relationship. Some people think hugging is not really important. In some ways they think, oh, I have to really do something big, but you don't have to do something big. You A simple thing as hugging is very important. Even if you hug in the morning, in the evening, every single time, if you show love to your spouse through hugging, yeah, that would mean a million times to your spouse, because it's one other thing that people undermine and think, oh, is I live with this person every time, I stay with this person every single day, why do I need to hug them? But I tell you, hugging is one very important thing that you as a husband or as a wife can do to show love to your to your wife or to your spouse, because without really experiencing something like that in your relationship, some people would feel like you don't really care about them, you don't really value them, or you don't even have the sense of touch. Some people love to be touched in all aspects of life. So as we do this, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to really, really to put that as a priority or as something that you value. Show love to your parent, to your partner. Be be courageous. And if you are not a man who likes to hug, if you're not a wife who likes to hug, please go in and try a little bit of that, and you will see how the love can be really energized in your relationship. I hope you can really show that very clearly. It's a simple thing. Some people think it's just hugging. Even if I stay years without hugging a partner, it's really so common, but or it doesn't. It's not a big deal, I would say, but it is a big deal to other people. If you leave home as a husband going to work, or as a wife you go to work, you leave home without giving hugs to your partner, it feels like you don't really value them so much, because other people love the sense of touch in that they feel embraced if you really do that for them. So do that, and then that can show love to your husband, even to your wife. Very, very important. Secondly, which is very, very also close to hugging, that is cuddling. Many people don't feel like they want to cuddle their husband or their wives or their wife, I mean. So it's one simple thing where you like just sit together and hold hands and just cuddle with one another, just to show, to be present to one another, to be present with one another. It's very, very crucial. It's so important in all aspects of relationship. Now, in your marriage, if you don't even have time really to cuddle, I know you may be busy, but also take a second in the evening, in the morning, or wherever time you can spare for each other, cuddle, and that can help really so much to spice the love that you have in between. In between you, because sometimes if you don't really do anything like that, it becomes really, really difficult in all aspects. So it's one thing that you as a husband or you as a wife should do to move on and to make the life experience really enjoyable, the love experience enjoyable, and relationship enjoyable, because it's really, really important in your marriage that you sacrifice time to cuddle one another. It's very, very important. As much as you're busy with the kids and with the children and every other things that you have in the family, it's so important that you get that moment and you cuddle one another. That is one thing you as a husband or as a wife can do really to show love to one another. It's very, very important that you take it very seriously in your relationship. It sounds very simple, but some people don't really love to do it. But let's try at least to do that. That's one way you can show love to your husband or to your wife. Another way is holding hands, which is very, very important. It seems really simple to hold hands like in relationship, but some people when they're dating, they hold their hands every time they walk around, they show love to one another that people can see. But now when uh they got married, they don't even think of holding hands. It's as small as it is, it's very, very crucial that somebody may feel loved when you hold their hands, when you're walking in street and you're walking to church, you're going somewhere, they feel loved. So show that to them, and be exemplary, be I would say just show them that you love them by holding their hands in any way. Don't be shy. You can even talk about it. If somebody feels like it's intimidating or it's strange to all hands in the community or in the public, just go on and talk about it beforehand, that I love when you do this to me. I love when you hold my hand. I love when you really um, walk with me together while holding hands. I love it. So maybe you discuss and say, I want to do it more. I want to do it more, so I can be in that position really to show my love to you and in all aspects. So that is one thing you can do as a husband or as a wife, to really show that care that you have for each other. And yeah, it's really, really important. I would appreciate that if you do that. That is one way you can show the love for one another. It's very simple, but some people feel like it's really difficult. We're not gonna even, we're just moving on to the next one, that is very, very but it's very simple. That is patting someone's back. Like you're walking and you're sitting and you just, instead of leaving your hand free from else, something else, why don't you pat the back of your wife or your husband? So that is one thing you can do as a husband or as a wife. Just putting your hands on the back of your wife, putting your hands on the back of your husband is really simple to do, but it's very, very important in relationship, as far as I know, because that can bring in more and more and more life into your relationship and can bridge in the gap that you may have in your relationship. Sometimes just people love the sense of touch. So if you feel like your partner loves touch, that is one way you can really show love to them. Go in for it and do it, and really be happy for it and be happy with it, because it's going to help you in so many ways, in so many aspects of life that you live. Because even if you put your hand on the back of your husband or the back of your wife, you think it's very simple, but it's something that if you do, they will feel loved. So sometimes it's just a matter of really getting together and making things work for your relationship, and knowing what kind of love your partner wants to receive from you, and just going on and doing it for them would mean a world for them. So that is one aspect you can do, patting the back of your husband or your wife. That is one aspect that I really wanted you guys to know. I'm talking about simple things, but some people don't even do them. So that is one thing. Another thing that is also very, very simple to do is rubbing your arm around another's shoulder or waist. This seems very difficult to some other people, but just putting your hands around the waist or standing on the back and holding them, um, uh, it's very, very simple things. I'm just going to talk about simple things that you can do at home, really, to show love to your partner. It's crucial. It's really, really important in all aspects of life, because sometimes you feel like, oh, I don't feel touch, I don't feel it, like my husband doesn't do this and this, my wife doesn't do this and this. But yeah, have you been doing it to them? And like, how can you really talk together to show that to your partner? It's very, very important in all aspects. So I would love you guys to do that, and that can really, really help your relationship and grow it, really, and grow that connection between you and your wife or your husband. Now, another thing that you can do is very, very important. This is really, really important in my view, because it's one thing that other people love to do when they're still in relationship. That is offering to help your partner, like with chores, with work, with cleaning kitchen, with doing laundry and doing other stuff. That can really help them so much. That can show that you care for them. You show that you really, really care for them. And some people really share it so much that if you do things for them, go get water for them, or go make dinner for them, help bathing the kids and doing other stuff. So like, getting to understand, working out things that you can show to help them in many ways, that can really encourage one another in love, and they can really, really be uh, they feel loved when you do such things to them. And it's one thing that, as men, sometimes it's difficult to do work to help our relationship, and we feel like women are the ones who normally do most of the work in the family. But also, if you want to show love to your partner, that is one thing you can do to help. Necessarily, you don't have to really do it every other time, or you can just talk about it and see. You may even have to create a calendar, create something that can really help one another, really, to bring it out clearly in all aspects, to make sure that you understand what kind of thing your partner is doing. It's just about talking about it, and just sometimes you don't even need to ask. You can just go on and clean the bathroom, go on and like watch the kids, go on and do whatever. If you don't have kids, go on and just um, make dinner or make breakfast, make lunch for everybody. That is one thing you can do as a person in love, to really show that love to your partner. It's very, very important. I will tell you, really, really important in all aspects. Now, that is helping one another and taking charge of what you can do in the family. Now, Now, one thing that people also don't really think about is cracking jokes if you and your loved ones are in disagreement. Some people, when they're talking, they don't even make jokes. They just feel gloomy every time they're serious. They don't make jokes with their partners, and it's it's crazy. I understand if it's not your personality, but sometimes the laughter that you used to have, the relationship that you used to have, the joy and the peace that you used to have when you just dating, continue with it, keep it up, and just make jokes and make relationship feels different, feels encouraging, feels loved, and feels more of a of an enjoyable life together, because you don't just want to live that enjoyable life only in dating, and then when you are married, now your life is completely different. Everything is completely different. You don't have anything for your partner. You don't have even laughters, enjoyment, and I would say everything. But let's do that. Great jokes and laugh and enjoy yourself with one another. That can show that you love each other so much in all aspects. The last thing that I want to talk about basically is just praying for one another. It's a very, very important thing. As Christians, we want to pray for one another. We want to pray for our children. We want to pray for our relationship, our parents, and everything. That means a lot to everyone. You don't even have to tell them that you're praying for them, but praying for them is very, very crucial in all aspects. You got to do that, and that would mean a world to some people um, in relationship. And if your friend is sick, or your friend is not in good mood, or they're undergoing challenges, because life, you will always have challenges, you will always go have challenges in all aspects. So prayer is very, very important. It's very crucial that you pray for one another, and really try so much to do that. That can really help and improve so many things in your relationship. Yeah, and yeah, that is what I can say. Basically, there's so many things that we can discuss, but those are the ones that I wanted to really share with you. It's as we wind up, we talked about hugging. Another thing that you can do is kissing. Some people are not really good with kissing, but that is one thing you can do. Just taking your time kissing one another to show love, that is really important. Some people don't believe in kiss, but also, if you don't believe in kiss, you go for hugging. So we talked about hugging, kissing, cuddling, holding hands, patting someone's back, rubbing your arm around one another, sending cards and gifts. Those are some things that you can do if you're far away from each other. Some, we know in other cultures, some people work far away from each other, so you can send cards and gifts. That is one way to show love. There's so many ways you can show love to your partner. You can send cards and wherever. So even wrapping your arm around, we talked about that. Sending cards, we talked about reassuring someone when they are down. Like if you feel down in so many ways, some people have anxiety in their life. So if you can encourage them and tell them how much they are loved, tell them that you are gonna be there for them. You're gonna watch them and stay with them and hold their hand and be there for them. Just having that assurance that you're going to be there for them is very, very crucial in relationship. And yeah, I would really, really love to do something like that for your partner to um help do that. So yeah, it's important in so many ways that you that the billions of ways you can show love to one another, or to your husband, wherever you can do. um I can talk about all of them right now, but those are the few that I've selected really to give you a little bit on it. And another thing that is also important before I go is like discussing the positivity in relationship. Sometimes, many times, we focus so much on the negative aspect of your partner, and you forget the positive things that they do in the relationship. Because if you only focus on the on the negative, then you almost automatically moves away from the life that you two want to have. Because being positive, living a positive life in relationship, and having God at the center of your relationship means a lot. And that can can speed up and energize the relationship and the marriage that you have, because it's very, very crucial and very important that you do that. And and really stay positive in all aspects. Sometimes it's just difficult to stay positive, but if you're there to encourage one another in all aspects, I'm sure you're gonna live a life that you will remember, and you will say, "Yes, I really did what my partner wanted, and I really did." And I'm thankful that God gave me this person, because we are here to cheer one another. We are here to love one another in all aspects, because it's very clear that if you love, um, husbands are really called to love their wives, which is one thing that you as a husband, you it's just a must for you to really do it. And it's pleasurable, it's pleasing in the eyes of the Lord if you do that to your partner. uh, yeah, which makes really good sense in my view, if you continue doing that. Yeah, being positive and also offering to be there for them. We talked about that some people don't really, even if someone is going under struggle and having challenges, they still want to go to work, not even worry about each other. And yeah, not even have bothered that their partner is sick or their partner is in need. So we need to be there for them to really, really help us in so many aspects. So yeah, it's so much important to do that. It's really, really important. So affection is given in so many ways. You have your own ways that you love to do. These are the ones that I came up with, but there's thousands of ways you can show love to your partner, not only the ones that I've shown. So you can use so many ways. And yeah, these are some of the takeaways from from the ones that we have here, that um from the ones I've given you. So show love by holding hands, show love by pressuring, I mean by kissing, show love by cuddling, show love by holding hands, patting somebody's back, wrapping around each other's waist, sending cards, reassuring that you're there for them every day, discussing positivity, offering there's someone, offering courage, offering your time to them so that they know that you're there for them, and cracking jokes. Those are some few that I've come with today. It's very, very important. You can do some of this. If you always do it, continue doing it. If you're not yet doing it, please go on and do that, so you can also help in many, many aspects. There are a lot of things that we shall be coming on. We are back to do this someday. So thank you so much for hanging on there and being there with us in all aspects. It's Mr. Laughter on Voicing the Kingdom that comes to you every single Saturday. But today is the Sunday, so we're here to discuss it a little bit a day above that. So thanks so much for being there. Continue subscribe to Tummy Bear TV. You have not subscribed yet, and go to the podcast session, and you will be there to really get the most important and interesting topic about marriage and how to show love to your partner, and how to be in relationship actually. So we shall be having host and guest, I mean a guest, very shortly in some episodes. So stay tuned there and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. But one love to all of you. Bye bye. We can meet again in a few times. One love.